Hello everyone. Unfortunately, my camera needed replacement, so I will continue the video that I already started right here. And I was talking about incense in the moment. So with incense, we're also trying to use the natural incense like pine or spruce or cedar sap, whatever is available, whatever we can find. And we burn it in the censer on the coal. My coal has been already using a lot of stuff, so there we go. Other things we use is herbs, and herbs could be loose, like this, or they could be in a bundle. That's better for smudging, burning, like this. And sometimes we also use mixtures of different herbs for different purposes, but here you gotta know which herbs to use. And with salt, what I forgot to mention is that aside from regular white salt or sea salt or rock salt, we also sometimes use black salt. Here. This is a special kind of salt that is, from what I know, used only in Slavic magic. And this is called Thursday salt. This is a kind of salt you burn in the stove or in the cast iron pan with flour or dark rye bread. And you can also add herbs to it. Or you could drop it in a cabbage leaf and burn it. But this what comes out. This black salt is really good at the rituals of cleansing and purification and banishing and ridding of any kind of negativity. Traditionally, the salt is prepared on Good Thursday, which in Eastern Slavic tradition is called Clean Thursday. Also, in our practice, we sometimes use wax. Usually it is done for melting and pouring it into the water, and in this way we can do the divination. By the shapes in the water we can tell what is happening, what was going on, and what might happen. Or we could use black beeswax. This is the beeswax colored black, and we also use to pour it in the water, and this is again is used for removing jinxes and curses. I know Southern Slavs use lead in a similar way. We use beeswax. Okay. Now that we talked about the elements and their representations on the altar, and also other things that we use for our spells, I also want to mention that as Slavs we use the magic of the sun. Well, I've got there the symbol of Rod on my sun. I'm just showing you that this is it. We're calling upon the sun in our spells, and the moon. I actually got two. This is the lunula that I made myself. This was the first and the last time I was embroidering with beads on leather. And we also use the magic of the stars. Actually, one of the ways to charge the Thursday salt additionally is to leave it at night under the stars. So we also use the magic of stars, and they're shown here on my pisanka. And those who know how to work with pisankas, of course, can use the magic of the written egg as well. And other things that we use in our practice, other deities that we call in our practice, is Zarya Zaryanitsa, or in English Lady Dawn, as well as Lady Dusk. This would be the transitional times between the day and the night. So we use the magic of the sun, as already mentioned, the moon, the stars, the dawn, and the dusk. And actually those are pretty powerful, as I gotta tell you from my own experience. Especially if you are calling for protection or peace, like peaceful sleep. Those are pretty powerful ones. So these are the forces we're working with. We're calling upon the light and dark deities in our practice. And with the light deities, we prefer to work in the morning, at dawn, or during the day. While with dark deities, we usually work at dusk. This like is the best time, or at night. So other thing, since we are mostly working with nature, we prefer that our charms and amulets that we wear are made out of natural materials, like no plastic. We use wood, we use bone, we use fabric, we use metal, seashells, pearls. It should be natural. So, as we practice our magic, we prefer to make our own tools of craft, but if we can't, we try to buy them, preferably handmade. Again, this is more of a preference, but it is helpful, especially if you make your own tools. And what is very important, and I kind of forgot to mention that, is that we do not use our Slavic magic to harm any being. Even with spirits, we prefer banishing them instead of trapping them. Now, again, when you work with light and dark deities, it may seem that when you work with the dark ones, you are using their power to do some not very good things. Well, that's not the case. We use the magic, the light magic. We call on the lighter deities when we're trying to gain or attract something. And we use the darker spells when we need to banish, get rid of something. But again, we are not harming anyone in the process. Some technical difficulties right now, so I would have to continue this video in another part. So for now, this is it, and stay tuned for the part 3. And this was Magpie. Talk to you.